Good morning.
Good morning. Oops. Come on, thing. How's that? Is
The right side is high.
that better?
Nope.
No, worse?
Better. A little tad still too high.
I don't know if I'm going the right way.
It's improving. Now it's really good. It seems like I'm a little angled off to the left, but I don't hate it. I can.
I'm looking at this little screen, but like angled downward or
It was angled sort of towards the left far corner, but now it's great.
okay. I only get an itty bitty screen.
Yes, I know. How are you guys?
Oh, good, 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 good. I got a lot going on. It's not, I mean, I leave a week from Wednesday for Virginia
Oh my gosh.
with so Javi, Jaguar, is um, qualified for championships in his division, so I just entered him.
Yay!
So he's doing good. We ought to do something with him.
Yes,
He's
please.
such a different he's such a different ride, but there's many things that he does. Uh, I mean, his halts were like in the ease of handling were like eights. Um, some things I don't, and the canter walk was better, although I, he still scored pretty good on the serpentine canter walk canter, but he was so he was like almost too obedient right there because he kind of halted a couple times.
Yeah.
Not quite, but the transition wasn't clear. But I didn't mind that because before I couldn't walk at all. So it's just a matter of riding it right. So
Yes.
many things that are just in the execution where the horse is perfectly willing to do what you're asking, but you just ask a little too much or whatever. It's really hard to.
Yeah.
Every time I compete, I learn something um, because, and for instance, the Importante, I realized part of the tension I get is it's like too much leg or too like I have to use more lighter intermittent contact when I need my leg to affect something. And
Yes.
I tend to just clamp on him or something. I just have to change something a little bit. Oh boy. But I've gotten him outside. Now it's raining.
It's
And I do have to work more on the obstacles. Um, the dressage is important, but like they don't they don't want a dressage horse doing obstacles. They want an obstacle horse doing dressage.
yes, which is actually a more legitimate dressage horse.
Could be if you follow, military
Well,
principles.
yeah, or that's what the original idea of the arena exercises were to make a horse that can be ridden out and do things.
Yeah, that's totally missing. And
Yeah.
but when they're really good, and I get it, like a guy like Benjamin Werndl, I mean, he's so good. Why would he? He's doing so well in his competitive dressage, and he's making it beautiful.
Yes.
So why does he like why does he need to chance it going? I think I'll do working equitation, but there was a gal at the clinic that had a Grand Prix dressage horse, pretty nice horse. But what was interesting is he couldn't do the he just like you know, the gait and everything. He just froze up, and then he was unhandleable, unhandleable,
Yeah.
which was odd, right? That's what's odd to me.
That's
This
the
training
problem.
is supposed to make these horses handle, and
Yeah.
yet when exposed to something totally foreign to him, he had no handling at all. But she
Well,
was one of those people that she'll pull it off and kick everybody's ass, probably. But anyway,
well, it is sort of it's a hole that the sport has made for itself. But like the very good riders, well, you know, Werndl's, they have a galloping track and they go do stuff with their horses there. You don't just,
he must, because of the relaxation his horses look like they have.
yeah, they definitely do things and their horses are out and they train out. And you know who is another good example? Well, Ingrid Klimke, of course, she does FEI
Eventing.
eventing.
Yeah.
And Sönke Rothenberger, before Cosmo, was riding jumpers. And when he competed Cosmo, he was riding in his soft jumper boots. He didn't like the way the dressage boots felt.
The inspection was really interesting.
Oh, tell me.
The guy, wow, he's probably in his 50s, maybe 60, hard to tell. Really sharp guy, but he is the head of the APSL in the entire world.
Wow.
He has sole responsibility for breed standards. There's other guys that do the inspection, but he is the top. And so, and he's seen thousands of horses. And so we had, you know, I got there early, and the gal who owns Wasatch, which is now the largest Lusitano operation in the United States.
Wow.
Really cool. And so Nuno Matos, you know, runs it. There's two young boys and like about 26, really good dressage rider, all Portuguese. I spent 2 days like trying to speak Portuguese. But they go back and forth things. Anyway, I had dinner with him, and so he's very, you know, they love their red wine, and they don't eat dinner. You know, we were like eating dinner at 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
But just full of stories and just very, you know, just a lot of philosophical discussions and this kind of
Yes.
cool. But when he was doing the inspections, and I could stand in the arena next to him, a couple other people were. He had a big indoor, which fits a full-size dressage court. And so he put a little table there, stand at, and had his sheet. And there's like 63 points to write down. And anyway, the stallions are first. And so hearing him describe what he was looking at, he talked to Nuno in Portuguese, but then he'd repeat what he said in English. And then when we went out to later in the afternoon, Nuno took me and him, and we drove out in all the fields and looked at all the mares and all the 2-year-olds.
Oh, how interesting. Fun.
2-year-old stallions, a herd of 2-year-old stallions out together, like 25 of them.
Wow.
Running loose in the hills, and they're all super friendly. Every horse on the place, when they're all the mares are roached mane, roach tail, partway down, partly because of flies and stuff and stickers.
Yeah, but to make it nice for the vet.
Yeah, but they're all handled. I mean, even the weanlings.
Wow.
So these horses super gentle, and so the stallion barn, there's 16 stallions in that barn, and they live. You know, they're pretty big stalls. They're like 14 by 14 probably, and there's open grill between the stallions.
Yeah.
And the place was, until a mare walked by outside, somebody would whinny. But and they pasture breed some of them, the ones that are appropriate. You know, that like the mare, mostly due to the mares. Like if the mares are good, they got nasty mares, they won't risk their horses. But but for the most part, they pasture breed. So they don't have any problem with these stallions, and their best riding horses are all stallions.
How many horses on the place? 100, 200?
Probably, I think I heard, no, it's 65
Oh, that's still a lot.
and growing.
Wow.
So, and they're starting to sell a few too. But so interesting talk. So he was looking at these mares, and he was very free to go, I don't like that one. See that one? And he was talking about the barrel.
About the
It's too
barrel?
round. The barrel of the horse, the rib cage.
Okay.
And I thought that was interesting.
Yes.
And I was thinking of this guy because he goes, I want oval because the rider fits. It's all about everything they pick is suitability for a riding horse.
Wow.
Right. And so he says, I want that oval in their rib cage where the rider sits. When they're round, your legs can't operate properly. Your seat can't operate properly.
Right.
And I was thinking of this guy because that's what I find on this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it in these
can.
videos, but take the I mean, he is just as round as can be.
Yeah.
And it's funny in quarter horses, they like that. They want well sprung rib cage. Well, they don't want slab sided, but he wants more, that oval that gets comes down from the withers and grows a little bit and comes back in.
Yeah.
Versus a ball,
Right.
And there was a poor couple that came with their stallion from Florida, and they were so out of their league, and they thought they had that 13-year-old stallion. They thought they had something special, and they went, the stallions must be ridden. So they evaluate them at the walk, trot, and canter under saddle. Then they pull their saddle and do other stuff. But this gal was so low level and didn't realize it. She probably competed at, dinky little dressage shows. She couldn't get the horse to canter.
Mm.
And he was obviously so spoiled because she was fearful. So she'd ask him to canter and give a little buck, like hop, and it would just shut her down. And he excused her. He said, I'm sorry, I can't evaluate your horse. He tried for the longest time. Yeah. Maybe 10 minutes. He gave her a chance to get him to canter because they don't care about the training as much as they got to see the horse canter under sense.
Yeah.
And she couldn't do it. And but I asked him later at dinner, I said, would you have approved him? He goes, no. I mean, this horse is horrible. His neck has a big bulge in his lower part of his neck. Mm. And he rope walked, right? He rope trot. I never saw a horse do that at the trot.
What is that? What's that?
Rope walk, you never heard of it? Well, their front feet land in the same track, right?
Oh, you mean they cross over? I've seen that behind.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah,
on a ruined horse. That's a ruined horse.
He's ruined and he's not well built. I mean, even as a gelding, I wouldn't want to ride this horse looking at him. It's like not something I'd be interested in riding.
God, where did he come from? Brazil?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, I didn't mean to know, but
you called that. Well, he's not fond of it. He goes what the Brazilians do.
Yeah,
they send their crap to America. He called it barn cleaning.
I think the Portuguese send their crap to Brazil first.
Yes, that's how it got started. But I did have that Interagro.
Yeah, there are
cult that I thought was just outstanding. I wish I had him.
Yeah, I'm being I love Jorge Gabriel's horses, and most of them, I don't think all, but many are Brazilian. I wonder how many horses he has.
Anyway, I thought, I don't know anything about horses. Listening to him evaluate the horses,
Yeah.
And they go from the head. They score them scale of 1 to 10. And it's not exactly
the Germans and the Dutch do
numerical. Like you could have a score in the high 60s or 70s and still not pass, because if you have 3 6s, you're out.
Right.
If you have 2 5s, you're out. So you could have an 8 and a 6, which Rethina had. She was mostly 7s, so she scored a 67.2. 25. But she had 1.6, so it didn't matter. I mean,
What was the
you know,
6?
they go by that. So. The 6, I think, was her back. And partly because she's still young, but that was, he looked at backs, and he there were other stallions like that where it's not necessarily their withers are lower than their hindquarters, but the back slopes down to the withers instead of
Yeah.
straight across and slightly up when they get there.
Yeah.
So
We want an up.
they understand the younger horses.
Correct. They're all croup high when they're 2.
Yeah, they're all croup high. But it was just, he'd just say the back, and I'd ask him what, and he'd say, look at the line, you know. And so I thought, so they like those, and you look at those stallions. Of course, the riding improves the back, you know.
Yes.
When people say the back's up, that's, you know, that's just fitness, right?
Well, also it's a
just
misnomer because a good back is uphill, but that doesn't mean it's flexing upward. Does that make sense?
No. Yeah, I did some experiments with some videos I could find of horse doing lavade and highly collected work.
Yes.
And I froze the frame and put a ruler across where I could see the back.
Yes.
Traveling straight. So from the withers, of course, there's a rider on them, but the back was just a line. And then when they did their lavade and sat, the back still stayed. The back never rounded. The croup drops, right?
Correct.
And so that was enough to convince me that lifting the back has nothing to do with like the tummy tuck people do.
No.
Where they,
the horse that has lifted his back is going to buck me off.
Well, yeah, exactly. They look like they're bucking when they do that. You wouldn't want to ride. I call them like you don't ride a horse like a pig, right?
Yeah.
And so it's a little, anyway.
The back function is, well, here's a little 107 in advance. The back's primary function is conductive, transmissive, conducting the motion, momentum, and impulse from the hindquarters through to the front of the horse and under the rider. It's not, so the tissue needs to be healthy and full of blood and all the nerve endings unimpeded with no undue contraction. It's actually supposed to be decontracted. So that's the feeling of spreading. The back spreads, it doesn't lift. Does that make sense?
So, yeah, absolutely. So here's the thought, the way Facebook is, the internet is, people get stuck on these mantras of like, oh, lifting the back, and everybody repeats it. How hard would it be to just interject what you just said and have it be what everybody's repeating?
Well,
you know what I mean? And even if they didn't totally understand it, it would be like, if they're willing to repeat this lifted back idea, why wouldn't they be just as willing to just say what you just said?
Well, I don't know exactly why not. What my experience has been is like what I just said is correct, and I didn't invent it, but I am not shared, and I am frequently blocked and stolen from. So they might even say what I just said, but it will just be purposed as clickbait for one thread algorithmic value instead of a foundation idea in horse training.
Well, what about this? What about someone like me? I mean, I don't even have to quote you. I could say, I mean, I would quote you. I would put it in quotes, they'd have to ask who said it maybe, but of course, like you said, you didn't invent it. But you put it out there, like people would start, because people end up sharing stuff. You're surprised they share. And I mean, that would be a sly way to get it.
But
It's
okay,
like
I
the
agree.
picture of the circle.
I know
horse
the
from-
picture of the circle. It came up this week. The memory of you. So I mean, I'm not trying to like. I mean, you learned about Harry Boldt and that picture through me, and I shared
yes,
it many times. But when you shared it, 1,000 people shared it.
I know, and that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
It'd be I don't,
you've got to.
you know,
It would really help me because I am the only one who has this knowledge all the way through and is imparting it in a useful manner, but I am being marginalized
sure,
and stolen, really, and stolen.
because people are going with the personalities, with the
You know,
influencers.
I actually have a personality.
Of course you do, but I meant, yeah. I mean, anyway, if you wanted to write like a synopsis of what you just said,
I have.
and I mean,
I've said it many times.
oh, I know,
The
I know, but just
glossary, it's in posts, and now it's here. Maybe we'll just share this video. But what I am considering is that having it be paid media where people can't avoid it might be an option. Although I don't have money for that, but I might figure
well,
it.
but that would be later down the line. It's a tease because
Yeah.
people have to say it sounds right, but people have to say what? That's different. What is she talking
Let's
about?
see, here's Andrew is a good example. I explained everything very well, and I think I even explained what we just said about the actual function of the horse's back and top line and throughness in the warm-up long blog that I wrote for the Majors Oval last February. That little, like, literally used sentences that I wrote, and then I said and blocked me.
Theft.
What?
Theft.
It's theft.
But see, the people like her, they want to be an influencer. It's ego in a way. They want to present themselves as a source because they got
Well, they make money on
Facebook
it.
page. They want followers,
Yeah.
And there's a way to do this honestly, is what I'm getting at. Well,
Who else has
hope so.
horses and riders proving it?
I don't know. Look, these horses are difficult in the back. They get very they can be very tight if overdone. The throughness, that's what I feel. You can get a lot done with them, and then the more I think about it, he's getting a lot looser.
Well, the whole thing, he is getting a lot looser, and the thing is so the straightness and the conductivity throughness of their back starts to become more and more dependent on each other and sort of perfected. So if they are a little bit crooked, say in the neck, or their jaw gets tight on one side or whatever it is,
yeah,
then that becomes an impediment in the transmissiveness.
Yep, that's how I feel about Jaguar, Javi.
And so then you have to decide, and it's case by case, and that's where feel and skill comes in, and experience. Do I need to loosen, soften first, straighten? You see what I mean? You have to know where French cavalry always talks about the root. We have to go to the root and it's usually decontraction. We have to go to the root of the contraction.
Well, yeah, and what do you think about it? What's the most universal thing in riding throughout history, the impediment to good riding is resistance,
Correct.
is contraction.
Correction.
And
Correct. And
so
tension, yes, tension is what resistance is. So, but is the tension or the resistance because of like a joint that can't close? Can the joint not close because there's no load on it? Or can it not close because the tissue around it is so hard? You know,
yeah.
we have to figure these things out. And we have to make the whole organism, including the rider, loose and
Well,
transmissive. Loose,
another thing that
transmissive.
loose and transmissive.
Loose,
Another thing that
loose,
comes to mind.
loose, straight,
What?
and loose, straight, transmissive.
Loose, yeah. Well, what you mentioned, like because it's in the manual, you know, it's not original, is like the Calvary manual says, it's sound doctrine. Training must be based on sound doctrine.
Yes.
So even if we haven't achieved it,
I have that right.
you know, and this is where I'm at. You know, if we've got the sound doctrine, for instance, lifting the back is not sound doctrine.
Correct. Oh, I love
So shouldn't be part of the, even though people might think that's the right way to describe it, and they might in their mind do it right.
It doesn't describe it properly, does it?
No. And
Here,
so
listen to this, what you just said. A doctrine is a group of principles whose validity has been established by reason and justified by experience. The fundamental principles of training concern themselves with the development of a calm, loose, forward-moving, straight, manageable horse. The method of training prescribes the various means of execution and regulates the order of their use. In application, it varies according to the particular end in view and to the circumstances of time and place. It is influenced by the temperament of the instructor and the skill of the rider and that of the horse. So that just summarizes what you just said.
Yeah.
Which,
and that's from,
yes, which was said 100 years ago. More than 100 years.
At least, yeah.
So here, I'm going to read about the back. And I would argue that his back is more sprung because look, he's uphill, Jim. I just looked up at his withers are, it's almost.
That's what you're talking about when they can stretch, but the withers remain up.
Yes. Yes. The back of the horse is the portion of the top line, the spine and soft tissue between the croup and the withers. For this reason, we often include the rib cage when discussing the back. The back's proper function is to transmit motion, momentum, impulse, which includes information, through it, especially connecting the haunches to the forehand. And that conductive wetting function of the back is called through. The back isn't actually weight bearing. The back does not have a carrying function.
Now you're reading that from what?
That's the glossary, which is just, the glossary is so that if we're reading the dead men, the glossary is the dead men's definition put into oh, look at this, Jim. Very good. So through the back, when fully developed, is the elastic, soft, but strong quality of the developed, connecting, conductive, and transmissive top line. Top line, I'll define also. Top line is the spine, dock through pole, plus the soft tissues, muscles, tendons, ligaments, fascia. The top line is the spine, the vertebrae, dock through pole, plus the soft tissues that flank and mobilize the spine.
Oh, excellent. Talking to Alberto at the clinic.
Yes.
And I've heard this before from them. And whether they're talking about the Gerd Hirschman type or or this, the stretching thing, which they say, and he said, because he's got a warm blood, you say, in the warm blood, it's almost necessary. He goes, in the Lusitanos, he said they just, it will ruin them. Now, I thought he had a reason to say that, but I don't quite understand it. But I take it as the overdoneness
Overdoneness of it.
that's so popular. But these little moments of, I don't find it deleterious at all, but they don't do it. But they,
But they
it's
can.
so different. I'm fascinated with them. They I wanted to talk to Nuno Matos more about it, but they have this stallion barn. It's big square inside, and it's probably 80 feet across in there. There's a center. They've got one bank of cross ties. It's really well designed with cabinets behind it that have all the tack for the horses.
Yeah, that's it.
They do have another separate tack room, but that's very handy. And then
this is good.
and there's a drain in the middle. It's all concrete in there, textured. It's attractive. It's like made like stone work, like uneven slightly. So I asked her, I asked Sherry, I go, how do you start your youngsters? I asked her, they spend 4 to 6 months of groundwork, in-hand work. She said they don't do a lot of the driving. They do lunging and bidding up and all the getting them accustomed to everything. Then when they ride them for the first ride, of course, it's a 2-man operation.
Yep.
They do it on the concrete.
Huh.
They do it. And I didn't ask her if they were shod or not. But and I go, you've got to be kidding me. No, we get on and walk. And whether or not she was leaving parts out, but I said, what's the idea behind that? It says there's concrete everywhere inside here. They're used to it, and they're very careful with their footing. We want the horses very careful with their footing.
Oh, that's smart.
All right. I don't know if they're barefoot or not, but how different is that than the Ray Hunt way? That's a little bit, in the dirt and a little bit wild. There's none of that in their program, everything.
Well,
and then, so they have a Euro sizer out back. And I was just looking around and it looks brand new. So the footing on the Euro sizer is concrete.
wow. Well, you know what? The major would agree with them, actually.
What could I wanted to ask him.
He wanted the horses more than once a week trotted 10 minute sets on concrete.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So the idea is building bone.
Well, building bone, and it also, so if footing yields, the soft tissue doesn't yield. It actually makes it makes the soft tissue. Oh, that was so good, Jim. I also wanted to point out, though, just from your walk before, that don't let his neck come left at the bottom of his neck, right near you. Make it come a little more right. That in that walk, he was coming through and using dock through pole. We could see that's good where you just sat in that corner. You made him straighter when you sat in that corner. Did you feel it? So much better. Don't let him change leads on you, though.
Okay, I found out why that was happening.
What? Keep your knees.
I found out why that was happening to me because I went through a period. My leg were too. I was just like, I didn't soften my leg.
Yeah.
So I just started riding with a little more rhythm. And you probably can't see it, which is good.
It looks good. It looks like it's very good. Your seat is just getting great. Your seat is like Rudy Zeilinger.
I'm really frustrated with the comments about proper bend and talking to I've got his eyelash here.
That's not bend.
Well, that would be all you would need. The flexion at the jaw, I would think, but everything here is straight. Well, the bend comes from here. But Alberto said, the judges, they don't know bend. It's like ignore them, but it's very frustrating to
Well,
have a horse do
you can't
really.
ignore them if they're scoring for your career.
I know. So I think it screwed people up.
Oh, very much so.
But I've been I noticed after all that riding, my lower back was a little sore, and I thought, that ride, I'm tense in my lower back, so I've been trying to just loosen it. Like I don't.
I call it
You've been
crashing the
telling.
back. And the major would say, sit upon the cantle, enjoy the canter. That we sit so that we can be carried instead of hold ourselves and canter. Like allow yourself to sit. Good.
But don't we need a little bit of shape from, like we've talked about, this part of the withers? That's straight. And then the rib cage, and you end up getting a little bit of eye.
A little bit high.
Eyeball, eyelash.
Well,
Certainly not counterflex.
So the neck and the face, which is the pole, follow the bend that is originating in the hindquarters. It shouldn't be more shape than the hindquarters and the rib and the back. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's the issue.
Okay, I'm going to talk a little more about through the back. The top line is anchored by load-bearing engagement of the hindquarters and extends or reaches forward toward the open end, transmitting forward. Therefore, engagement of the hindquarters is the prerequisite to a horse being through the back. The gradual conditioning development of the soft tissues of the back result in this area of the body becoming more conductive of thrust, momentum, motion, and impulse, more and more schwung. The horses, first of all, yeah, he's so good uphill. Good. Go back and do that turn again.
I had to start entering on the left lead because that was heavy.
I know.
The haunches in thing on this side.
Okay, ride a turn and straight, and now a turn and straight. Turn straight. Up, better.
That's pretty straight, isn't it? Whoops. Now he's off here.
That's okay. Listen, you're gonna do it again. It's time for L7. Do not ride your center line turn, your turn onto the center line as a half 10-meter circle anymore.
Oh.
Listen.
It says a little. Okay.
Listen, your short side is 20 meters. Let's give you a meter for each corner. So that means you have 18 meters straight. You follow? It's your short side is 2 turns and a straight line in between them. And your turn onto the center line is a turn, not a half circle.
2 meters. It's about 6 feet. So here's 18 meters.
18 meters would be if you did the entire short side.
I'd start my turn here.
I think you could, start your turn, go another half meter. Now start your turn. That's it. Now you're straight.
See, when he starts getting his little hindquarters crooked, I just kick him a little forward instead of trying to correct it with my leg that in a different way.
But I want to tell you this, and I want you to ponder this. So imagine your arena. So imagine your L6 arena, and we had sort of like a grid where we were putting things. Now imagine every square in that grid has divided itself into 16 more smaller little squares. Do you understand? So we have many more smaller squares now.
I don't understand why there's 16.
Well, because divide into four and then divide into four and then divide into four and divide it. Like each, yes, good.
Now just do that at a canter.
Yeah, just think of it like a quarter turn. And so here, let's do it and turn right, canter right, and then good. Now,
Okay, so
this is
wait, turn,
go straight. Now look for me and turn.
turn,
Perfect. Up. Nope.
bye. Hindquarters.
He came a little hindquarters right.
I know. So I'm wondering if I should follow. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Loosen, turn straight. Make sure your turn is in order to enter the center line straight. That is the point of the turn. And so if he's really engaged and turning around your right weight, slow down now, see your line, keep your weight right, go straight. Yeah, now yes, perfect. That was very, very nice.
I like that one.
Yes.
That's what it felt like before he slipped over at the last show. I mean, it was going, I go, oh, you got this nailed. And I halted, and he halted like that. And he went, whop, about fell on his butt. Yeah,
but
it takes some softness in the seat to do that.
Yes, and you have it. So this is where I think we talked about this when we were talking about the delicate problem of the zigzag. The riding is going to become a little more like threading a needle.
Yeah. It's like fly tying or something.
And
you ever seen anybody tie flies?
Yes, it's like tying flies, but you're tying flies at 25 miles an hour, right?
Yeah.
I want to say this about throughness. It's in this thing. Throughness is relative and develops by degrees. It is possible for a horse to be finding his back, then starting to use his back. Then he might be starting to be through and later be coming through, but still not yet be totally through. And what totally through is what the Germans call Schwung, and that is a condition of all the soft tissues of the horse being entirely conductive of motion, momentum, and impulse, including information. Okay.
Here's so about something I've been working on after I said, my back was sore. I've been trying, especially at the walk, just loosen up the lumbar, let it kind of swing.
Good.
Right back here. And if you can see goes on, I went outside the other day and walked half a mile like this. It's like back to the lunge line lesson.
Well, you know what I observe in him more than 2 weeks ago is his dock. His dock is more sprung. It's like it's more anchored and lifted and has that little softness underneath it, which is a mirror of the spine, right? Because, well, it is spine. It's the end of his spine, basically. The dock tells us what is like, how is that spine feeling and doing?
That was helpful about entering the quarter line there.
The center line?
Okay,
I want to talk to you more about this is your new short sides marching orders. So it's 20 meters. And all the others can do this too. Now, if Ruthina, she gets to make her corners of the short sides like sections of 6-meter circles. So she's got, a soft, like 3 meters on each side to make her soft corners because she's a little youngster. So that means she's got only about 14 meters to go straight. You see what the math is?
Yeah.
And now, the major made me prove that the horses were legit forward in front of the leg every segment of straight that I entered, and that included short sides, and it included, even if it was only 2 meters, I had to prove it. Like if it was 2 meter, turn 2 meters straight, turn 2 meters, I still had to show the horses were forward on the straight sections. Now here is it's fun, and it makes the horses exciting. Show they're really forward. Think medium trot as you go across the short side. So you're going to go turn, medium.
Am I trotting or walking?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to walk.
Yeah, trotting. We could do it in
Okay.
Canada too. So
we want to.
you know how you arrange your corner and turn onto the diagonal for your medium trot?
Yeah.
Well, now you have a corner, straight, go. Like let him go a little, get him a little like, yeah, and now come back, sit down, turn, and then forward again. Yeah, it's just more opportunities to engage and express the horse. Turn, go, straight.
Also, of course.
Yeah, come back, buddy. Yeah, and
whoops, that was little.
Tita, sit down.
Do you see that one?
Nope, can't see that. I can't see either the corners down here, but
all right, well, I'll do it down.
Could be a little more aggressive.
Let me do it down here. Do you think what? Be a little more aggressive.
Be a little like, let's go. But
so here's the sitting.
Turn and go.
And here, go.
And sit.
Sitting. Turn and go.
Yes.
Sitting.
Come back. Loose.
You can't see. Stay loose, Joe. Stay loose.
That looks like a little more interesting trot now. Titi. Don't run over what you can bring back. Importante. Yes, not running, not running. Remember that
how do I
are engaging, so your rhythm shouldn't change. You're in the corners, you're loading more weight, and then you're letting him send it. Yeah. Better. Don't let his neck be left. Don't let his neck be left. That's a straight line. Good. Now, and turn and go. Boop, boop, boop. Good. And soften and turn. Better.
That's interesting. I'm counting. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. The count didn't change.
Yes. So what makes the horses have a more reliable, steady state is not treating them like a delicate balance that we have to be perfect all the time. It's actually their adjustability. How adjustable are they? That's what makes that beat in the trot. Do you feel a little?
Yeah, that's what 1, 2.
And remember, we also got that beat that day. Yes, soft.
1, 2. Yeah, it didn't change. 1, 2, 1.
Perfect.
1, 2.
Good.
1,
Take a
2,
little break.
1,
so you already showed it's just more, there's more adjustability now because you're
that wasn't running, right?
That was not running.
Yeah, so it helps to count I think I just proved your doctrine there. Because when I went, okay, when I'm navigating the corner, if I go, okay, there's the rhythm, 1, 2, 1, 2. And if the rhythm shouldn't change across the diagonal, I just kept, and he got longer, and I was able to keep that same rhythm.
The steps went, you had your corner turns where he sat down, he loosened and sat down, and then your straight sections where he went more uphill and took longer steps. And then he loosened and took shorter steps because he was loading more. And then he went more uphill with longer steps. So there was more gymnasticizing going on in just that short little section of arena.
I
And
need to remember that because that's great. That's
because it's
missing.
how you're going to ride all the time. So that reliable. And then did you feel how did the trot sort of feel more reliable? Like, oh, I can do anything now. The
Yeah,
reliable,
he did. He did.
the reliable, steady, they feel easier to ride.
I think it'd be good to do outside a few times too because he does. He's been shown, and he does cheat the corners. I
Yes,
have to really get him on my aid. Say, don't look. You know we're turning. I know you know you're turning, but you're gonna wait.
that's
And
actually his.
yeah,
So it is one of the problems of talent. And I think you
well, they're
probably,
smart.
well, I was this kind of student. I didn't try hard. I didn't try hard on simple stuff because I thought it was boring. And this horse is that way too. He
Yeah.
can pull off the real difficult stuff so he doesn't concentrate on the simple turn onto the center line.
And unfortunately, he's a little bit like me. Maybe that's where he gets it. Because I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I'm in a hurry to do
Yeah, and
it.
our type, this is the type. We have to well, it's like Podolsky said, the simple exercises cannot be too correctly executed.
So they want the collected walk, which to me, this is plenty collected, right?
Yep.
I need, and we don't have to do it today, but the walk pirouette
Yeah.
and the walk half pass without changing the rhythm.
Yeah. So
And I'm not even,
let the line and the shape upon the line organize him.
could I try it?
Yeah, just go into a half pass right now. After
Oh,
you
half.
enter your line and then just go over towards X and good. More weight right down the right side. Slow him down in the front. Slow him down. There. Now change over. That was pretty damn good right to left. Low, everything's low. And now just dock him. Good. Do you want to do what? Let's do one more.
I'll do it over here.
Now,
Oh, here's,
don't think of slowing down. Think of threading the needle, of really being precise. Exactly. Yes. I think that might have been one of the best entries to a right half
yeah,
pass.
but what happens is I get the tension. He's, and then change, whoops, not
Loose.
off his first, get the line and then do.
Yeah, and
That's
remember
better. Wasn't that better?
all your aids. Let's do it one more time. All of your aids only can be in this order: seat, leg, line, seat, loose, line, seat, leg, hand. Okay,
Loose line feet.
try
Now
it.
I'm going to change direction, but I want to see after the, so this is a medium walk I got,
Good. Good. Don't let his neck come left.
but I don't,
Don't let his
you
neck.
always get this competing. He's still left.
Yes.
Okay. So here, okay. So I'll do this corner here. Yeah. He wants to go left, doesn't
Yeah, he always has.
he? Okay. So here's the turn.
Loose.
Here's the
Line.
line first.
Wait.
See,
Very good.
and that's enough crossing over and everything.
Yes. Slow
Yeah, but the
down.
rhythm,
Slow down this part. Take it really, really be surgical.
that
Good.
wasn't as good as it.
It wasn't
I
bad.
slowed.
Slow down. Not
And
bad.
Dawkins.
It's so much better.
Yeah, if I could get the relaxation that I have right now.
Now start trotting and make the counter change leg yield. Just slow, a little slower than you like. Good. And really slow the movie down now. Take your time. Okay, now you can kind of
That felt pretty good.
yeah, it was beautiful. I would have given it
I
8.5.
Yeah, if I have this horse, I don't always have this horse. If you know what I mean.
Yes.
And then it throws me off, and then it makes me tight because it just like he was a maniac
Look at
with
this.
Javi there and stuff. So
And then
now, and I'm not fooled by, okay, so I'm scoring pretty high, he's competitive, but I'm not fooled by it because it's too easy. I mean, in other words, just because there's, there's a lot better horses than riders. They just don't show up. And I'm like comparing, I'm like, yeah, I want sevens and eights anyway.
I want 8s and 9s.
And eights, and well, yeah. Why am I selling myself short for sevens and eights? I don't know why I do.
And so now I think now we just have to say L7 and like Grand Prix dressage and intermediate dressage.
So that was helpful. I needed to. So we did the half path. I need to do the walk pirouettes with the same. I mean, I still scored. I mean, one was a 7, but one was 6 lost, and the same with the half path. Lost cadence or lost rhythm, fell out of rhythm, which is tension.
I
And
think
so,
I think for your head for now, you just have to like go slow. Like just imagine the major's voice. Like, what's your hurry? Like just and think of threading a needle. Like, what did you say before? Threading a needle.
tying flies
Tying flies. Yeah. Tying.
at 25 miles an hour. I love that. We should quote that.
Yeah. Why don't
Like
let's make a meme of it.
riding is like tying. How would you start it? Riding is like
Why
tying
don't we
flies at 25
why
miles an
don't
hour.
yeah.
He's pretty loose right now.
Yeah.
So my lower, I think I see when I get to concentrating, it's like biting your tongue, sticking your tongue out or whatever people do. My back just stiffens right there.
Right. So you have
So,
that's just you're going to retrain yourself so that everything loosens when you start to think.
well, you've been telling me that for 3 years. But
I know it takes a while. So um um but it really is a thing.
see, this would be a better warm up and then go show them.
Yes, can I
Yeah.
just tell you one thing about him also that I'm observing today that's really coming through? Forgive the pun. His top line is longer than it used to be, and his top line is and his wheelbase is shorter.
Ah,
Yes.
well, I won't overthink that one.
Yeah, see, his little booty is closer to the saddle, his big booty, actually.
Well, I noticed even walking here, he when I just relaxed, he stepped up underneath behind.
Yes, he steps underneath the load.
I was I was doing some initial exercises to test my weight to see if it was
Yeah,
weight first, could he almost.
I want to say that your last outing, the clinic and the competition, I really saw a lot of good improvement today.
Yeah, I learned a lot at the competition because when things go wrong, it's more educational. And so, you always want to do better, but there's things that come right. Um,
Let's do the fly fishing thing. It's your quote. I mean, you don't have to include me, but I think it was,
I'll
I think
think about. I wonder what picture could go with it, or if it needs a picture.
maybe we should ask
Is
the
that good enough? Riding is it's not riding, or is it training, or navigate because
navigating
it's more about navigating, but
navigating useful gymnastic exercises.
or I wonder if I should make it pertinent to work in equitation.
Yeah,
Navigating obstacles is like tying flies
yeah.
at 25 miles an hour.
That's it.
because I have more, you know, if I direct it towards a certain
Do they have
context.
any cool pictures of you? Has there been photographers lately at these shows?
Yeah, this is what gets, I don't like any of my photographs. There's a few. I have to go through them.
Are there any old ones that we do like? I like some of your photos. I like many of them.
Yeah, I I got better photographs with Javi, I think. Well, and then I got to buy them. There's proofs.
How much are they? Like 100?
No, no, there's some packages, but they're like probably $15.
Oh, that's
It's
not
not. I don't know, but I'll look through them again and put a photograph with them.
So, but
I think. Oh, I think I've even got pictures of Gatao. Something like this. Uh, the slalom. The slaloms is more. There's more navigating taking
yes,
place.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
What if you had a picture of you guys navigating something and both of you have a thought bubble of a beautiful fishing fly?
Yeah, that's good. There was there's one picture. There's not. I think I'm coming around the last slalom. It was in speed, which always makes better pictures. Interestingly enough, maybe because you're looser and not so worried. He he went through 5 slalom poles like he was pole bending. I mean, and it was perfect. Anyway, he comes around the last pole, and I am looking. So because there's something
Yes.
coming up over here, and I like where it looked like you're used to somewhere you had that cavalry rider or something
Yes.
looking, and you had little you know, like laser eyes,
Yeah.
and that would probably be a good one for navigating. I'll
Yes.
see where I can find that one. I can buy it. Oh yeah, I'm super. Where my back thing, I had an awkward moment over the jump with Javi, and this photograph. People like it because they don't know what they see. My back is totally arched. It looks terrible, terrible, and I don't even want people to see it. And the photographer said, "Is it okay if just for promoting, I use pictures, you know, you haven't seen yet?" I said, "Yeah, just use your best judgment." You know, I said, if so, obviously, I said, just find one that's good. Okay. Well, she used that one, and that's not good. Why did you use that?
Yeah.
But
Well, did you hear office hours last week?
no, did
Well,
not. I remember I was going to tune into it, and something happened.
there was a photographer did in my opinion, a sort of weak ripoff of the Harry Boldt circle.
Huh.
Yeah, and
Now that's the problem with the internet. It's nothing trademarked. I mean, everybody, once it's out there, people.
but it's just it's so unhorsemanlike to do that. Plus, it had a very stiff, bad horse that was not at all in the circle. So it was really.
Well, that picture's remarkable. I don't even know how they did it.
I don't know how they
For
did
one
it.
thing, because the technology wasn't the same when he published that.
I heard they had a crane, but how did they get no shadow from the crane? Because they have there's shadow on the horse. There's
Well, yeah, because I don't know, but unless it was done after post production kind of thing. But you don't get to eat your bridle. Yeah, or it's not that old. The digital. I don't know if it's digital then or not. But anyway, that circle is so freaking round. Like,
so
how did he?
round.
It's so freaking round. But I zoomed in, and I might show you that. I took on the right side. There's 3 horses. So I look. He's obviously trotting.
Right.
So there's 3 segments, and it really shows the swing. So when he's on the left diagonal.
Yes.
No, it'd be the right diagonal. The left hind leg's coming under, and you can kind of see it because there's a slight angle. There's the bend, and the rib cage is slightly over here.
Your statement in it is so great.
and then he goes like this, and then at that point, the spine isn't bent inside, but it's straight. It goes from this to straight to this to straight.
Right.
With this, because he's on the circle, so the circle makes that it would be kind of physically impossible to have that rib cage. It's not count. It would have to be counterbent. So it shows the dynamics without this rigid. You're being obnoxious. Without this rigid bend straight, from head to
It's like
tail.
the
Which
bend is breathing.
the bend is breathing. And that picture, there's three. I should send that to you because I didn't use that. I used it privately to someone.
You explain. You said it in your.
I guess I said it. Yeah.
And you said it
there's-
well.
But I found the 3 photographs that I was using for that really showed it. I don't know if people pick up on. And what's neat is that horse is a dun. So there's a dun stripe that shows the spine so well.
Exactly right.
It's so cool.
I actually, now I'm remembering office hours last week. I read your explanation, but I didn't cite you properly. But I did put quotes around it.
Okay, I'm going to work on that meme. And then I want to also the throughness, the back, make a statement there, and maybe people will share it. And then maybe
don't do throughness yet. Please don't.
Because people will steal it and act like people will steal it.
I need people, Jim, people have been stealing from me, and we can't.
We got to.
My attitude isn't defensive. My attitude is, like, this needs to stop, and I am.
Well, don't be dishonest.
Them?
You
I tell them
them.
to be dishonest. They block me, Jim. They block me, and they come on my timeline at night.
Jeez. There's got to be a way to get the common knowledge, like the horse lifts his back. Everybody's saying it. To have everybody say what you're saying without. You need it stolen in a way, but it needs to be like, because it's like some general knowledge, like nobody needs credit for it because everybody knows it. Something like that. I don't know.
Well,
are you sideways?
That's kind of
Can
what
you see me?
That's
straight.
I have been sharing common knowledge now.
I know.
For 5 years, and they take it and they block me and they water it down and ruin it.
And act like they are so smart.
And then I can't use it because they've put it everywhere, but in a very wrong manner. So now
we got to figure that out.
I think I have figured it out, which is why I'm asking you until I finish 107.
Okay.
Please don't share about don't talk about throughness unless it's in our little bubble.
Well, I'm gonna
you know what?
study it some more so I can repeat it.
You know who you are qualified to speak about throughness because you're starting to ride it, but other people are not prepared to hear it. They don't have enough base understanding. For example, that you cannot start to connect, you can't start to find a horse's back until he's engaged. It simply cannot be done. And they don't even know what engagement, they think you engage the back.
Yeah. Yeah, they think the back comes first.
Right.
Kind of thing. That's what that idea is.
Yeah, so they're so mixed up that it's actually not good for them to even,
I usually ignore it when people say that because they're talking about a feeling of uphill sometimes. And if that's what they talking about, then okay, you're just describing it wrong. But when it comes to the actual definition, like what we're after, that transmissiveness, the connection between the thrust, the carrying power, it's got to go, and it's got to be loose. It's like the rider's got to be loose.
In a way, through the back is actually a combined effect, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a result.
Yeah, it's a result. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's it. It's a result of a lot of things going well. Look at you.
Look at this.